Hey 143 fam, I am back. I am so grateful to be here. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you know that I had a 2-month long journey battling coronavirus. This intro is going to be a little bit longer than usual. I want to talk to you a little bit about some changes and some ideas I have for the channel, how I'd like to evolve things a little bit, the giveaway and how that's going to change. If you'd like to stick around and hear that, make sure you do. Otherwise, I have timestamps down below if you'd like to jump right to your reading. First of all, I'm just going to grab my little healing stone here. I am so grateful for your love and support during this time. It's been a very challenging couple of months for all of us, and I know that I'm not alone in that. Recovering from coronavirus has really been a game changer, a life changer, how I came into this year, and I know many of you are very much in alignment with this. It's just not the way my life looks or is at this point in time, but there's been a lot of personal growth and evolving through the last couple of months for me, more so than even usual. Is something that I've been very committed to my entire life, changing honestly from the inside out. Career, personal life, everything, and I want that to reflect here. What I'm going to be doing in terms of Instagram, in terms of giveaway, you know that I choose 2 winners each month. I know that I still owe a few of you a few past winners your free reading, and I promise you I'm going to get to that as soon as I get these videos out for June 1st. But what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to consolidate my Instagram accounts. So my Urban Soul Guru account, I'm probably going to close that. I'm not going to use that account anymore. I'll keep it open for a little while because I know many of you find me there and follow me there. But I'm consolidating with my primary account, so please switch over before I get rid of my old account. So the new my new Instagram, because I did change this. It used to be Tony Wrights Official, now it's Tony Nielsen Official. I'll make sure I have that in the box below so you know how to find me, but please make that switch over. How this is going to impact my giveaway, I am still going to choose 2 winners. 1 winner will be chosen on YouTube, and this will apply to both winners. I'm going to choose a winner from YouTube and on Instagram if you follow me at Tony Nielsen Official. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment below your video. If you follow me on both platforms, make sure you also let me know that you are a follower on Instagram so that I can find you, so that I can verify that. But I will choose 1 winner here. Again, subscribe, leave me a comment below your video. Winners are always notified at the very end of the month. So both rounds of videos, my first of the month videos and my 15th and my mid-month videos, I go through all comments and I choose winners. Whoever Spirit says needs it the most, I choose it, I reach out to you, and we connect that way. Now, another change that I would like to incorporate into Channel 143 is my music. You guys know that I'm a professional songwriter. I started out as a recording artist like a really long time ago. I was really young. Transitioned to being a songwriter. I write music for people all over the world. But during this time, I've recommitted to my own music again. I've written an entire album. It's a piece of work that I am incredibly proud of. And I'd like to start incorporating music into the channel. None of this is going to happen until Venus goes direct and we're out of shadow, period, because it's not the best time to launch something new. These are just ideas. But I would love to hear how you feel about that. How would you feel about me incorporating some other aspects of my life and my passions? And I mean, music to me is another modality of healing. But how do you feel about that? How do you feel about some of these changes? Please let me know in the comments. I do take your comments and your feedback to heart because this is our community, not just my channel and not just my community. But with all of that said, I know this is getting quite long. I just want to say that I love you all. I know we're going through a hard time. Add Venus retrograde on top of all of that. And I know I'm not the only one who's had a difficult couple of months. It looks like we're still going to have a difficult couple of months ahead, but I promise you there's a lot of positivity here. And Spirit has already shown me how some of these positive little bright spots and light at the end of the tunnel, how that's going to come up maybe a little quicker and maybe in areas of our lives where we're not expecting it right now, because we are still, at least in New York City, we're still quarantined here at the end of May, because things are just not going back to normal. But that's also going to open the door to so many other opportunities, so many other blessings if it's something that you're open to. So we're going to take a look at June 1st. Geminis, you know, I'm a Gemini sun. I promised myself that I would be healed for Gemini season. My birthday's in 2 days, the 31st. By the time I release this will probably be June 1st. We did it, Gems. I kicked Corona's ass so I could be back for our season. Your support means the world to me. 143 fam, thank you again for everything. Now let's jump into your readings. Let's see what is in store for June. Hey Aquarius, this reading is for Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to take a look at your general overview first, then love. I'll have timestamps down below. Aquarius, general overview. So I have this card in my deck. I have to keep talking about it every time I shuffle because it gives me a hard time. My deck is ancient. I've had these cards forever. And I've been trying to find creative ways to like tape it together without tape to get through these videos today. And of course, that's why these keep getting stuck. So bear with me. Aquarius, June 2020. General overview. Aquarius, June 2020. General overview. Okay, Spirit saying one more. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to do a little bit of a different spread here. Unstick this very difficult card. Here we go. Okay. Aquarius. All right. First card out, steady progress. This is your situation, okay, for the month of June. This is what crossed the situation. This is your challenge, letting the past go. Obvious message here. You're making steady progress with letting your past go. But you know what? You are struggling with this. Okay, let's pull a couple of outcome cards and we'll go. Oof. A lot of love. Look, Aquarius, Venus retrograde. If you're familiar with Venus retrograde, you know. You know what we're going to talk about. There's a lot of letting go here. And it's okay to feel that. You can feel grief and heal at the same time. Burying emotions, self-medicating, it's not getting you anywhere in the month of June, okay? But I don't feel like you're doing that. And that's what the beautiful thing is, steady progress. You are healing, and you are going to see signs of healing. But your challenge is not just letting the past go, but accepting that something's over. Something's over, okay? It's really, really, really hard on some of you. Outcome card, okay? What follows this, okay? And why is it over? Because it wasn't in balance. Someone took more than they gave. And enough's enough, okay? Now, I will say this. For those of you, especially in regards to love, and we'll go deeper in the next spread with love. Some of you need the breakup. The relationship needed to end so that you can begin again. I am not getting that message for other signs, at least not yet. Some of you need to mourn the relationship and trust that it is completely 110% over, and to move on and let the past go and maybe entertain new relationships in the months ahead. But I do feel like for some of you, this isn't a majority message, but it's not a tiny percent either, okay? So please use your intuition on this. For some of you, something may show back up, and it may not be the wrong decision. But the relationship is over. The relationship as is over. I do also feel like for those of you who make it through Venus retrograde as a couple, there's still something that's done for good. It's more than just a karmic pattern or cycle. It's the way you treat each other. It's the way you speak to each other. But there are some major separations, okay? Now, in terms of career. We know what's going on out there, okay, in the world. This is a challenging time with coronavirus and quarantines. Businesses are shut down. There are some businesses that are not going to survive, especially for those of you who are entrepreneurs. I just channel for those of you who work in like a creative field. It's blocked something from coming through fruition. It's almost like there isn't enough funding anymore for it. There are delays, and this is really challenging, especially if you really need that money and you need this creative project to go through. You're struggling to let go of the old life. You're struggling to let go of the old job, the old business, especially if it's something you put your blood, sweat, and tears into. But I have to come back to this. This is your progress. You are doing the work. You're not sitting around feeling sorry for yourself. You may grieve, but you are healing in that grief. You are journaling. You are self-nurturing. But there is a lack of acceptance, at least coming into June. I'm feeling that there's a lack of acceptance. It's almost like, I'll grieve this for now until it comes back. I'll grieve the loss of this thing, this entity, this business, this person. I'll grieve it for now because it's so hard, but we'll get back together. There's some sort of denial still. So make sure you are not in denial. For cross watchers, make sure you are not in denial about the ending of something. Some of these endings are permanent. And because relationship is one of your outcome cards, I mean, this definitely pertains to love for many of you. Spirit just said relationship with self. Death and rebirth, okay? The relationship with self, if it wasn't a healthy relationship or hasn't been a healthy relationship, you see what needs to be healed now. But the beauty of this card in relation to suffering, that person is stepping out of the tunnel. On that unicorn, those angel wings, it's like you're stepping out of the darkness. You're stepping into a space of self-love, but there's less grief if you can do this. If you can honor it, you'll suffer less, even if you have to feel those emotions for a period of time and feel the grief and feel the struggle. But you finally get to the other side now. June feels like you finally get to the other side of something difficult. Keep making that steady progress. Don't let anyone or anything take you off course. But this is why. Giving and receiving. Something wasn't in balance. You may have been doing work and you either weren't being compensated or you weren't making enough money. Someone was taking advantage of your work ethic. You were taking on other people's responsibilities. Relationships were not in balance. Your relationship with self. I keep coming back to this message of self. I keep hearing the relationship with self. How are you not in balance with yourself? You'll give other people an abundance of love and time, but you won't give yourself an abundance of love and time. It's done. You can't afford to do that. You may have had to get sick in order to heal that relationship with self, okay? But bottom of the deck here, sticking to said crazy card here, we have confidence. Have confidence in your process. Have confidence that there is something better on the horizon. Have confidence that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There's healing. You are healing. You're doing a really great job, even if you're not giving yourself credit. You are handling things better than maybe people would expect you to handle these circumstances, or you are surprising yourself. Like, okay, things are so challenging, but I am healing, and I am honoring this, and I am doing the work. Car alarm in the background. Sorry, Aquarius. Dramatic effect. I love being in this room. There's just an energy of this particular room for me. But it's off of like a main road. But I think you guys can hear these sounds even when I'm in my office, like tucked behind. So it's all good. But let's see how this pertains to love. Because for many of you, it's the end of relationships. But here's the thing, Aquarius. If you're dealing with the ending of relationships, now you get to begin again. And you might not want to. That might just seem so dreadful and awful, but there's a clean slate. Throughout the course of June, you will be inspired to begin again. Venus retrograde, Spirit just said it's not time. It's not time. Don't jump into new relationships quite yet. Or if you're entertaining new people, or even entertaining some people coming back in, it's not time to make solid decisions. Or permanent decisions. It's also not time to break up with somebody. For those of you who've gone through a breakup, whether you were the person who initiated that or not, someone's regretting that decision. It wasn't the right decision, and someone is going to have to mourn that. You may have mourned someone being impulsive, being caught up in all of this Venus retrograde and confusion, and that person, that other person, especially if they hurt you, Aquarius, like, they're having their day. It's coming full circle at this time. That person may reach out to you. You will now have to decide whether or not they are deserving of a second chance. Okay, so let's get a little bit more clarity. Let's get a little bit more clarity on this. Aquarius in love. Just laughing at my card in the other deck. Who doesn't have tape in their house? I just want to get these done for you all because I'm so excited to be back. Craziness. Okay. Aquarius in love. Aquarius in love. Spirit saying one more. Ooh. Okay. It's not time yet, Aquarius. I keep hearing that message. Aquarius. Situation. Still feelings, right? You feelings are very much intact for you and your partner, even if there's a separation. You might be dealing with a Gemini. The challenge is it safe to love? The challenge, crossing romantic feelings. Is it safe to love this person again? Is it safe to still be with this person? Do you feel safe? Are you walking on eggshells? Are you in a cycle of being in and out of each other's lives? There's this question of safety. That may be why somebody impulsively left a relationship, whether that was you or the other partner. Now, impulsive is never good, especially during a Venus retrograde. So there may be some regrets here, but if somebody abruptly exited your life, Aquarius, you're being protected because it was something that wasn't safe. Outcome. Outcome. Okay, you see? And healing. But you are healing and you're making steady progress. I just feel, oh, bottom of the deck. Okay, Aquarius. You have Gemini crossover here. Venus is retrograde in Gemini, so Geminis are going through the ringer, but you feel like you are dealing with just as intense energy, so you may have Gemini in your chart. You may be dealing with a Gemini. Something hasn't been safe, okay? Someone was ignoring red flags. You saw them, they saw them, someone ignored it. See, the codependence card, it could be codependence, it could be an addiction, it could be a truly codependent relationship, which is why it wasn't safe, which very well could be the red flags. But this is somebody mourning. Somebody's in mourning, okay? This could be you, but understand that the tables will turn. As you start to feel a little better in your progress, there's somebody else, especially if they did you wrong, or they were impulsive, or they really hurt you in the situation. They're either dealing with this side by side or they're about to. I don't see partners being able to escape this reflection and this grief. It's like you're kind of stuck in it until you work through it. It's the only way out of that tunnel. It's the only way to experience the light at the end of the tunnel, is to go through the pain. Anybody sidestepping it is one, deceiving themselves, okay? If you have partners who are not honoring, or they're telling you that they're fine, they seem fine, they're happy, it's not real. There is grief here, and it feels mutual. But this outcome, your final outcome card, is healing. You do arrive at a lot of healing. I see Aquarius is probably going to take you until the end of the month, but I do see a whole lot more peace here. But this is a little more of an extended, but so underneath deception, bottom of the deck, someone still wants this. Someone still wants to make the effort. That could just be the partner, whether it's you or them, being unable to let go, okay? It could be wanting to make the effort and being in denial that it's done. Somebody does want to come back. As of right now, I mean, Spirit just keeps saying it's not time. So it doesn't mean that it can never be time, but right now is not the time. Let Venus retrograde do what Venus needs to do for you. This isn't about torturing you, even though it feels torturous. Venus retrogrades are so hard for me personally. Of all of the retrogrades, Venus just like does something extra to me. So I understand when I read this energy for Aquarius. I'm like, oh, I know this. I know how hard this is. This is somebody who look past the message of codependence here, okay? Just the image on the card. That's a strong ass soul who can stare off in self-reflection and meditate and honor where they're at, even if it feels like they're going through hell. This is not somebody pretending that they're okay. This is somebody immersed in their feelings and their emotions. But I love that it's followed by healing. This is how you heal. This is how you heal this month. This does get better. If you feel like somebody got away with deception, first of all, this is probably going to be exposed. Ooh, Spirit said it will be exposed to more than just you. You may not want that exposed. If someone was unfaithful, you may not want other people to know that a partner was unfaithful to you or hurt you, but there's something about it needing to be exposed so that they can deal with karma. I don't see you exposing them. I see a friend, a family member. It's like someone calls them out on this. Even if it's just calling their bluff, even if it wasn't something that serious. Someone pretending to be fine, that mask. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm good. Life is fine. I don't care that we're not together. They may be suffering more than you. They just don't have the courage to deal with it. So just make sure you're not doing this, Aquarius, okay? Because it is time for you to move through the pain and to move past it. It's time to be on the other side. By the time you get to the end of June, you're going to see this energy and these emotions shift in a healthier way. Spirit's also saying some of what you're going through with the partner pertains to a family dynamic, so karmic, your parents. How does what you're going through now, how does this relate to something from your childhood? It's about being able to close the door on something from childhood so it doesn't have to repeat anymore. This could also pertain to children in the picture. I will say this too, Aquarius, despite all of this energy being really intense, and this is obviously the majority message, for those of you in committed relationships and you're in healthy, stable relationships, Venus is still going to rock the boat, but it's not going to break you. There could still be some red flags, but the red flags could be somebody external. The deception could be somebody external. I'm feeling family members. Again, that karmic energy attached to like parents or childhood or something like that. There's still this reflection. There's still somebody strong and healing, but if your partner is able to meet you with this place, you get through this and you're okay. So this isn't all like all relationships are doomed because it's Venus retrograde, but the weak ones don't survive. If there are cracks in the foundation and you don't have two people willing to repair that and put in equal work, it's done right now, at least for now. Time's up. Like somebody waited too long, or somebody dragged their feet or for too long, or somebody just did too much work, and they just couldn't do the work with two people anymore. Something is done here. And I know that's a hard message, but I do feel like you're the one who's honoring this, Aquarius, and you're moving on. You really are healing, and I'm proud of you for that. This is a hard time, especially with everything else going on around you. If you're still doing that emotional healing and soul searching and really feeling your emotions, not doing this, you're on the path to healing. You're going to get there faster than you think, okay? Aquarius, as I have mentioned now in a few videos, I wasn't sure if I would be open to doing healing sessions or private readings yet. What I'm going to do, I will allow, with limitations, I will take on emergency readings and emergency healing sessions. This is just my first day back to any kind of work post-coronavirus, and I'm healthy and I'm healed and I'm a clear conduit and everything's like green light in terms of readings, but I just have a lot of catching up to do. But I don't want to say no because I know what you're going through. I know what so many people are going through. I still want to be available. There's just going to be some limitations this month, okay? So I will do emergency readings, emergency sessions if you need it. I am here for you. Reach out. But in the meantime, I'm sending so much love, like gratitude. I will see you back here soon. Ciao.